burn out. The mountains where I spent my rambling years. I paid my sins from the poor traveling days. Oh Lord, please, can't you hear my prayers? So I rode my body up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear.
Today?
So we've made it to, we think it's Minden. Siri says it's Minden, Nevada. We are at Silver City RV Resort. And as always, we're on a quest for
finding the cheap or inexpensive or possibly free
things to do in town. So this area is going to be like Carson City, Virginia City. I think Reno's like an hour away. So that's the area we're in.
Reno. Can we go to Reno?
It could happen.
Or Tahoe.
It could happen. So that whole area out there. So we're going to drag you guys along while we look for free, fun, maybe inexpensive, not free, things to do.
Have you been in this area? Because when we come back, we're coming back very soon, and we need some more things to do. So
we're going to try to come back when it's a little bit warmer, because turns out it's still a little chilly out.
Let us know what there is to do when it is warmer. I don't care about the skiing. We're not much on the skiing.
Yeah, I had a couple experiences skiing. They weren't great. So I want to know what to do when we come back this way. When it is warm, probably hot. Again, cheap, free, inexpensive, that kind of thing. So we're going to show you what we find while we're here. And then you can comment below and let us know what to do when we come back through. Staying in Carson City, Nevada, which is about an hour, 50 minutes or so outside of Reno. So today
we're visiting Virginia City, which is known to be it was known to be the richest town in the United States.
And that's because after the big bonanza in 1873, the population here was
25,000 people in this one little town.
That's crazy. So it has a ton of old Victorian looking buildings, and we're gonna run up on Main Street and just check out. They're known as a step back in time, because they do
it's a step back.
I think they do gunfights and stuff periodically just for fun, up and down Main Street. But we're gonna show you all the little storefronts and buildings that are up there. So we're just going to check it out. It's something free and fun to do, unless we decide to buy something, but just to walk up and down the streets and check it out. Won't cost us anything but the drive here. So
follow us around. Let's go see what we can get into. Evidently, we woke up a little early today because this town doesn't open until at least 11, and it's only 10:30 right now.
Most places even noon, but it is a cool little town. We did pass the theater where they do the shootouts. It says daily, but of course they're closed for the season because
we're too early.
Yeah, it's cold still here, so I would imagine in the summer it's a wild, wild west bonanza going on.
See what you did there.
Yeah. But just so y'all can see, this is kind of what it's about. It really does look like a little old western town. Even the post office, which is that pinkish building down there, looks like an old-timey building, so... Yeah, I guess it is an old-timey building, just got a little bit of a update. So anyway, we're going to keep walking. Just wanted to give y'all an update.
What's in the turtle? Double chocolate, filtered caramel, and
So who's here from Virginia?
So if you were the one that was here from Williamsburg or Colonial Beach, let us know. We want to know. Still on a quest to find more than one business open, and there is a coffee house, but
Open 7 days a week.
pretty sure it's 11 o'clock at least by now. So I see off in the distance Mexican kitchen, hoping that's a restaurant and not Mexican groceries, and hoping that they're open.
It's fresh Mexican food and hot chocolate.
Churros and hot chocolate.
Tacos.
They're open from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., so I think we're good.
Oh,
We're going to check it out.
So our first stop was the Mexican restaurant. And where are we going? What's this place called?
Virginia's Mexican restaurant.
Imagine, we went all the way to Virginia from Nevada.
I think it's Virginia City.
So what do you think about your nachos?
They look a mess, but they're very tasty. And the homemade chili verde sauce makes me happy.
So what'd you think?
It was good. We didn't have a full-on meal. We just shared some nachos, but everything seemed homemade, like the guacamole. The chips were homemade, the meat was homemade, so if you're in Virginia City, you might give them a try.
So if you look right here behind us, you can see over 100 miles away. Of course, it's kind of foggy today, so I don't know if I can see 100, but I did check it. I'm right about 96, 97 miles.
He has no idea, but it is, you can from here see 100 miles, but it is a little foggy today, so maybe we're not quite seeing 100, but
97.
still a pretty cool view.
So did you find anything?
There's lots of treasures in there.
Treasures, more treasures.
But none for me.
Well, that was a pretty cool little town. We got to do a couple free things, which of course is just walking through the town and seeing some things, and thank goodness somebody didn't find any more treasures and treasures.
Lots of treasures in this town, but nothing that I couldn't live without.
Yes.
And lots of cool, just little Western looking shops, like look like an old town. So it was a fun way to spend a couple hours walking around, but now we're headed to
Reno, Nevada. So we made it here to Reno, Nevada, and our first stop, which is a free stop, is going to be the Riverwalk.
It did cost us to park, it's $1.50 an hour, so I don't really count that as a whole lot. I put $3 in just in case we were ambitious and wanted to stay 2 hours, but
It's a pretty good walk around this place, so it might take us 2 hours to walk this.
how many times have we been to Reno? Multiple.
A lot.
And how many times have we done the Riverwalk? None,
This
because
will be our first.
we didn't even know it was here. So it's a cool little park downtown. There's lots of people out here, people fishing.
It's actually pretty warm today, too.
It's too cold for anybody to be in the water, I think, but it's a neat little place down here. So we're gonna walk around for a bit.
So on our quest out here to Reno, we found one of the places that we visit quite often. It is the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. We come here probably, every other year?
Every 2, 3, 4
now.
years.
This is where some of the pros bowl.
And then they let some of us bowl too. But the national bowling tournament every year, there's an open tournament. It's in different places, but Reno is one of the home places, and then Vegas is one of the other, and then it bounces around the country. But we've been here to bowl in tournaments.
Many times.
Kids have bowled here in tournaments, so we just thought since we were here, we'd stop by and take a look. Cause
I actually came out of here, me and my son, in first place. And it was
Yeah.
exciting. We didn't win first place, but we left in first
when
place.
they left, they were in first for doubles. But
So if any of you guys have ever seen the movie Kingpin, it was filmed here.
now you're telling your age.
It's okay.
But they've recently gotten a remodel, so it's a lot different than the last time we were here.
So next year, this time, we'll be here again. So as you guys know, we're trying to find you free or inexpensive things to do in our travels. And of course, we're in Reno, Nevada right now, and we're in the National Bowling Stadium, but there is no way to bowl here unless you're in a league or unless you're in a tournament or
like some special event that's going on.
And you have to pay. So we did find out, and we forgot this was here, was...
I don't think I even knew it was here all the times we've been here.
We've been in here once before.
I've never been in here. Maybe him and the boys came, but it's a bowling museum, Hall of Fame.
And it's free.
And it's free, and it's really cool. Like, the Flintstones bowling ball is in here.
If you're looking for where the Flintstones ball made it, we found it for you right here. That's how she bowls. That's about as good as the Flintstones.
You know, I'm not a pro, but I have fun.
So if you're ever in Reno, Nevada, you need to stop by the National Bowling Stadium and come in and check out the bowling museum. It's pretty neat. And
especially if you're a bowler, because bowling's come a long way.
And once again, it's free.
Free's good. Look at these. They're like bowling sandals.
You're old enough to wear those.
No, never saw those before.
Here's the oldest bowling ball, foreign ball, in the museum's collection from 1775. Here's actually a bowling ball that I used to have. It's an old Manhattan rubber. Look at that old ball. Are you cold?
A little bit. There shouldn't be snow laying on sandy areas of the beach. It's a contradiction completely.
Lose track of time, head up high, now we climb.
I prefer the warmth.
Easy we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes.
All right, we found another free place outside of Reno. It is a little bit colder than we were in Reno by 40 degrees.
It's a lot colder.
Some of these cheeks are pretty pink right now, but we made it up here to Lake Tahoe.
And we even drove across the border into California, so we could say we were in California at Lake Tahoe.
And I'm not buying fuel here, $6 a gallon either. But even though it's cold, very, very windy,
and a little foggy over on the mountain because it's actually snowing on the mountains today, it's still beautiful.
I'm sorry, but I keep looking over there because there's a guy walking on the beach right now in shorts.
In shorts, and it is ridiculous.
So if you're watching this video, buddy, I don't know what you're thinking, but it's cold, so we're going to cut it short here, and we're going to take some video and show you what it looks like out of Lake Tahoe in the middle of March with probably 30-mile-an-hour winds and 37 degrees and snowing. So
still pretty though, and free.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all.
Pieces of bread everywhere that you can taste them.
No bread for you.
No bread.
No